Hello and welcome to my complete beginner's guide to Tarisland. In this video I'll walk you through all the basics of playing this MMORPG and cover the essential details you need to kickstart your journey. For a comprehensive written guide you can visit my website thetankclub.com. Stay tuned for more builds and guides, especially for Tarisland tanks. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in mastering tanking in Tarisland. If you find this guide helpful, please consider supporting me and follow me on other platforms. So let's dive in and start your adventure in Tarisland. Tarisland is a free-to-play MMORPG set in a fantastical world rich with adventure, magic and mystery. Players explore diverse environments, engage in real-time combat, and choose from various customizable classes. The game features robust crafting and gathering systems and emphasizes multiplayer interactions through guilds, raids, dungeons, and PvP battles. With stunning graphics and immersive sound design, Tarisland offers a comprehensive and engaging experience for both MMORPG veterans and newcomers. So getting started in Tarisland, let's look at the monetization. So Tarisland is free to play, but some features can give paying players an edge. You can progress slightly faster at first and gain a few days advantage at certain points. The Battle Pass will offer 30% more XP, helping you unlock rewards sooner, but it doesn't provide significant permanent benefits. The Adventure Association ticket offers helpful economic and quality of life perks for $5 a month. Paid currency can be converted to gold, which can significantly enhance your gear compared to free players. The first thing you need to do is visit the official website tarislandglobal.com and click the sign up button in the top corner. Tarisland is cross-platform, available on Windows, iOS and Android. You can download it from the Tarisland website for PC or access it on the relevant app store when playing on mobile. Once you've downloaded the game, launch it, and the first steps will be to choose a server. It's best to pick one close to your location to ensure better latency and responsiveness, which is critical for PvP and elite content. Also consider the time of day you usually play, as it might be more beneficial to join a server that is most active during your playtime. After selecting a server, you'll begin creating your first character. Tarisland features 9 unique classes. Each class is divided into 2 specializations with distinct skills and passives, allowing you to switch between roles for different content. Certain roles are locked to specific classes, so if you're interested in playing as a tank or healer, you need to select a class that offers those options. The classes include Warrior, which plays as a melee damage dealer or a tank, Barbarian Fighter, which also plays as a melee damage dealer or a tank, Mage, which plays as 2 different styles of ranged damage, Paladin, which plays as melee damage and tank as well, Priest, which plays as a ranged damage or a healer, Shadow Swordsman, which can be played as 2 different melee damage types, Ranger, which plays as 2 different ranged damage types, a Phantom Necro, which can play as ranged damage or a healer, and then finally a Bard, which can play as ranged damage and healer as well. Once you've selected your class, you can customize your character's appearance. The options vary depending on the class, including choices for haircut and hair color, skin color, eyebrow type and eyebrow color, eye type and eye color, face makeup, and your character's height, weight and head size. These choices are not permanent, and you can change your character's appearance in-game at the Silverlit Trading Post area by speaking to NPC Tony, who will charge you 500 silver for any changes to your appearance. Next, you'll begin the game with a combined tutorial and main story quest. This segment cannot be skipped, even if you create a brand new character. Before proceeding further, it's worth checking your settings. Pay special attention to your FPS settings, screen shake, graphics settings, and adjust any keybinds to match your preferences. Next, we'll move on to movement and UI. So character movement is controlled by using the WASD keys, while the camera is controlled by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse. You can activate sprint while moving by holding the left shift button. To attack an enemy, right click on the enemy or press tab to target the nearest enemy. You can customize your tabbing priority in the settings to make it more efficient for your needs. In addition to your basic auto attack, you will progressively unlock skills assigned to keys 1 through 6, unless you change these or you're on mobile. You'll gain a special Inscribed Stone skill on key 7, and as you progress, you'll have access to 3 ultimate abilities which will appear on Q, E and R. which provide utility skills such as faster movement, break free, interrupt, stun and more. You can also slot 3 items on Alt plus 1, 2 or 3 for things like potions or fishing rods or other consumable items. To interact with NPCs, simply approach them and press F. The same action applies to objects and items around the world that can be picked up or interacted with. Looting is mostly automatic. Occasionally you will need to manually pick up items during quests or reputation events by pressing F when prompted. In dungeons there will be a chest at the exit of each boss fight that one person in the group needs to interact with to distribute the loot automatically to all other party members. There is no death penalty in Tarisland. If you die, click the resurrect button to be teleported to the nearest resurrection location. In PvP battlegrounds there is a short cooldown on resurrections. In dungeons or raids you have to wait for the fight to end, or a healer can perform a combat resurrection. There are also items available for resurrecting others that can be used in raids and dungeons. When you click on an item or currency, you'll see a source section at the bottom of the tooltip. Pressing this will show you where to find each item, resource or currency. For example, pressing store will take you directly to the store to find it, and quite often in the store area you'll find necessities such as potions, which you can just buy straight from the store. For certain materials this will place a marker on your map and give you a pathing guide to guide you to the material location. Much of your UI will unlock as you level up. To adjust your UI, click the cog in the bottom right corner and select Customize. This loads a movable UI where you can position elements as you like. Things on the UI include the experience bar, which is along the bottom of the screen. The chat box and social buttons are all at the bottom left. The character and health bar are in the middle. When in a group, this appears beneath your character. Quick access info such as latency, photo mode, support, unstick, currencies, team lobby is all in the top left corner. The skill and utility bar is at the bottom middle. Above this bar you'll see a symbol relating to your class, which is your Specialization Spectrum, which we'll talk about later. Menu buttons are in the bottom right corner. The active quest tracker is located middle right, and then the quick access buttons including trade posts, shops, events and season pass are at the top right next to the minimap. And the minimap also shows you the name of the current area that you are in. Above the minimap you'll see the word line with a number next to it. This indicates the channel or instance that you're currently in. You can switch channels by hovering over the green writing, left clicking on a different line number, and this will put you in a brand new instance. This is useful for grouping with friends or if your current channel is overcrowded. Tarisland has many menus, some of which unlock as you level up. This includes Backpack by pressing B, which shows you your inventory, Crafting, which is the N key, which gives you access to your chosen crafting profession, Appearance, which is P, to change your outfits, mounts, accessories or pendants. By pressing the C key you'll access your attribute menu where you can view stats, level, equip gear and Gearscore. You can also change your title, view your reputation and view your reputation with various tribes. You've got the development menu, which starts with skills that can be accessed by pressing K, where you upgrade skills, apply talents, change ultimate skills, apply recommended settings and use the assist function. The Inscribed Stone menu is with the I button, which allows you to manage extra passives and benefits for your character. Workshop is Y to inlay gems and improve your gear, and then military rank is V, where you can promote your rank, gain additional PvP buffs, benefits and skills. You've got the gameplay menu where you can access dungeons, raids, PvP, or also known as Conquer, and things like the solo time trial boss arena, Universal Hall. The exploration menu is there as well, where you can access the quest log by pressing L, look at your achievements and also your codex. Social menus include the guild tab, team menu, friends list, mail, and the elite leader program. System menu includes accessing your settings, customizing your UI, return to character screen, and quit the game. So to look in your inventory, you press B, and this will give you access to your bag/inventory. Here you'll find all the items that you've picked up. At the bottom, you'll see your equipped bag, and you can equip multiple bags when you find them or craft them to give you more inventory space. This screen allows you to auto-sort items, repair gear, and sell items for silver, which is useful for clearing out junk items. When you press Warehouse, this will teleport you to the bank NPC in Silverlit so that you can store items. The tabs at the top will highlight specific items, while the Others tab includes currencies for buying, upgrading, and quest-specific items. Next we're going to take a look at gear and skills. In Tarisland there are 3 main aspects to character progression. There's leveling, skill improvements, and gear and gear score. The current level cap in Tarisland is level 40. The best way to level up is by completing main quests, side quests, and various different tasks that appear in your quest log. Each time you level up, visit your skill menu to upgrade your skills, which will cost silver and improve their strength. You'll also earn talent points for clearing content, which can be used to enhance your skills further. The Inscribed Stone System also plays a role in character improvement, and collecting better gear will boost your stats and Gearscore. Complete quests to receive base gear, which will enable access to further content. One of the main ways to acquire better gear is through dungeons. Normal dungeons reward slightly upgraded gear, while elite dungeons offer even better gear. However, elite dungeons have limits on how many times you can earn rewards, so it might take some time. Completing elite dungeons also earns medals, which can be used to buy dungeon gear pieces from the store so that you can get specific gear that you need. You can access the store menu by pressing the icon at the top of the screen. Go into the dungeon shop and check the elementary equipment section for elite dungeon gear. Superior gear can also be obtained from the Arcane Realm raids through crafting, though crafted versions don't guarantee any aptitude buffs. Although different gear can be crafted through forging and tailoring professions, there are no distinct gear types. Each class has unique armor for each class, and both specializations of each class can use the same gear. Gear now switches between specializations, so a DPS spec will have different stats compared to when you switch to a tank, even though they use the same gear. Optimizing your gear long term might require some slight adjustments to your gear, depending on specialization. Utilize other systems within the game such as gems, empowering and tempering to improve your gear with stats suited to the specific role, like tanking or healing. Each class in Tarisland has a primary attribute, strength, intelligence or dexterity, that converts into attack value, which influences the power of your skills. Additionally, each class has a secondary attribute, crit, combo or glancing, which are tailored to their role. Now, glancing is a stat that is for tanks. It gives a chance to reduce incoming damage by 25%. There's also crit, and Tarisland's standard crit damage is 150%. By increasing crit, you improve your chance to deal extra damage with attacks. And then you've also got combo, which is a strong stat if you use dots, so damage over time, or quick attacks, as it gives most of your attacks a chance to deal an extra 45% of your attack value, modified by your combo damage stat. There's a lot of other attributes as well that you will need to utilize within your build, depending on what you're going to need. These include focus, which increases armor for tanks, boosts healing for healers, and reduces enemies' armor for damage dealers. There's also hit, which reduces the enemy's chance to dodge your attacks. Resilience reduces your chance to be critically hit. Omni increases your effect bonus, which is another stat which we'll look at in a second, but this multiplies your total damage output. Cooldown decreases global cooldown, reduces skill cooldowns, and increases cast speed. Resonance affects how quickly you gain Inscribed Stone Energy and increases the damage of Inscribed Stone skills. Crit damage boosts the damage of your critical hits. Combos can also benefit from crits. Combo damage enhances the damage of your combo attacks. Effect bonus provides a multiplicative increase to your total damage. Haste increases auto attack rate, cast speed, and decreases global cooldown. Energy saving gives a chance that a skill won't go on cooldown after use. Specialization adjusts your crit, combo, or glancing chance based on your current spec. There are 4 item qualities in the game, which include white, green, blue, and purple. It's not possible to upgrade existing items to higher qualities, so this system just helps identify higher level or more important or valuable items. There is a thing in the game called Special Aptitude, which are unique effects attached to your gear that enhance the skills within your build. Gear pieces with these special aptitudes can only be obtained from specific content such as raids and Arcane Realm, but they are very integral for increasing your power and improving your build. When obtaining gear, you will have to deal with gear rolling, which refers to the process of obtaining gear, which will have random stats each time you acquire it. To get the best gear for your build, you need to roll the perfect stats. If you get desirable stats on a different piece of gear than your main set, then you can use the tempering system to transfer those stats to your main gear. This process is crucial because having the best gear with optimal stats can significantly boost your character's performance. With gear, the workshop is an important part. You access this menu by pressing Y, and the workshop is where you can adjust and buff your gear and slot gems. Gems and inlaying are crucial as they significantly impact your build's important stats, allowing you to customize which ones you use. Each gear piece can have up to 3 gem slots, each with a specific color, either red, blue or yellow, and the gem must match the color slot. Colorful gems are another type of gem which can be fitted into any slot, but you can only have one of each type active at a time, and these are obtained from world bosses. Gems can be added and removed freely from your gear without any loss, making it easy to switch and optimize your setup. Empowering gear allows you to access additional bonuses on equipped gear pieces that cannot hold a gem. So there's some gear pieces that just don't have gem slots. To empower a piece of gear, select the desired empowerment, gather the required materials that it says on the screen, and just apply it. This process enhances the gear slot itself rather than the individual gear piece, meaning the empowerment will remain active even when you equip new gear pieces within that slot. The tempering system allows you to transfer enhanced attributes or special aptitudes from one piece of gear over to another similar piece. So you can only transfer between the same pieces. So if it's a piece of armor, you can only move it to the same armor piece. When tempering, the gear being used for the transfer will be consumed. Farming high-level gear from content and then using this system to combine with things like crafted gear to apply the perfect stats to your build can be crucial for making best in slot gear. Skills in Tarisland cannot be changed, they're fixed. You can and should level them up with silver each time you level up, so every time you level up you can also level up your skills. When you actually look at the skills, the general kind of gist of things is that your first skill is a spammable skill that charges up your Specialization Spectrum meter. The second and third skills are typically rotation skills that are enhanced when the meter is filled. Skill 4 is usually a high damage skill with a long cooldown, and then skill 5 is an AoE attack, and then skill 6 is usually some kind of buff or benefit. You gain talent points by leveling up and completing content, such as dungeons and raids. These points can be used in the talent system to upgrade your skills and give them new benefits. You'll gain new core passive benefits automatically, but you can use your points to enhance your skills in various different ways. If unsure, you can use the recommended tab, which provides 2 playstyle options. Select one and press the enable to automatically allocate your talent points to match the playstyle. Give you that early access to just start doing content, and then you can worry about optimization at a later time, once you understand everything a bit better. Ultimate skills in MMORPGs are usually long cooldown, high DPS or massively beneficial abilities, but in Tarisland these are essentially utility skills. As you level up, you'll access more options, eventually having 8 possible ultimates unique to your class, from which you can choose 3 of them. These include increased speed, break free, or enemy crowd control, and also things like taunt skills. Some boss mechanics require specific choices like interrupting mechanics or ad pulls needing a stun. Ultimate skills also gain additional effects as you level up in PvP. The Inscribed Stone skill is similar to an ultimate skill. This skill applies on slot 7 of your skill bar, and it needs to be charged with energy before it can be used, providing a unique class benefit. This leads us into the Inscribed Stone System. This allows you to enhance your character by applying Inscribed Stone Energy, which you can earn from activities such as Dark Evasions and University Hall. You can accumulate up to 50,000 Inscribed Stone Energy, which can be inserted into various nodes to boost stats and provide additional character benefits. A key feature of this system is the Fatuina Echo, a new buff that can be upgraded 3 times and works in conjunction with your special aptitudes from your gear and your character specialization. Prioritize upgrading your Fatuina Echo according to your build. Focus on selecting a node once out of the 3 possible times and progress through the entire tree before stacking the second and third of each node, as this will grant you more attributes and benefits as you advance through the system. You can use the recommended build function to apply some optimized options for your specialization, but it is better to add these yourself once you better understand what you're doing in the system itself. Additionally, the system includes emblems, which you can unlock to gain benefits tailored to your spec. Emblems are special items earned by completing various tasks and quests, often found in chests in your inventory. These emblems are stored in a hidden inventory. To access them, go to the Inscribed Stone menu, press on an emblem slot which you need to unlock, and open the list of your emblems. If you have unlocked the emblem slot, you can slot one of the available emblems. These can be upgraded by leveling them up by using less useful emblems and silver to increase the power. The type of emblem you use will vary between specialization and roles. For example, a damage spec might need more strength, while a tank might require more stamina. This flexibility allows you to switch emblems to suit your current role, providing a significant boost to the relevant stats. The maximum level of an emblem depends on its quality, with the highest quality purple emblems being able to level up to 10. The Specialization Spectrum is a meter in the center of your UI, above your ability bar. You can charge it by using your first skill, and once filled, you get an enchantment that enhances your second or third skill. The meter shows a progress bar that builds up to an enchantment, which will light up on the left or right of the meter. A timer will appear indicating the time limit to use the enchantment. You can have 2 skill enchantments stacked at once, and they should be used to increase the power of your other skills. So to change specialization, when you first created your character, classes could play 2 roles, such as the Paladin being a melee DPS and a tank. To switch roles, you go to the skill menu by pressing K. On the left, you'll see 2 options with their roles. For a Paladin, Justice is damage, and below it is Guard for a tank. Press the Enable button on the right side to switch roles. Adjust your talents or use the recommended feature to change your ultimate skills, as you'll often need taunt skills for tanking. Switch talent presets between roles to make this process faster in the future. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock the Battle Assist feature, and this is mainly to help mobile players by allowing them to set up a rotation of skills. These skills will cast in order if off cooldown when you press the first skill repeatedly. This will not optimize your DPS or your skill usage, however, because it does not take into account any of the skill enchantments that you get based on your specialization spectrum. So it will often cause a loss in DPS, especially for damage dealers. With your quick item slots that are also on your ability bar, you can place up to 3 items on that ability bar for quick use. To do so, find an item in your inventory such as potions, consumables, fishing rods. There's quite a few different consumable items that you can use in the game. Left click on it and press equip to add it to your ability bar. To unequip, do the same, but press unequip. Next, we're going to look at stats and combat. When you look at character stats and attributes by pressing the C menu, this section provides a breakdown of your character's equipped gear and how it affects their stats. At the top left, you'll see a number representing your current gear score, which you'll need to increase by using better gear to allow you to join higher level content. Below your level on the right side, you'll see your current spec and a list of the stats that you should focus on. This varies between specs and classes and helps you decide on the best gems to use and stats to focus on when gearing for your role. Basic attributes informs you about important details of your build, and you can hover over them to see what they do. Enchanted attributes are more complex and significantly impact your character, especially in harder content. You can dive deeper into these details by hovering over them and extending the menu at the bottom of the screen. The only resource in Tarisland is health. Skills run on cooldowns and don't cost any resources. Skills can be enchanted by building up your specialization spectrum. In Tarisland, there is a military rank. By completing PvP content, you'll gain glory, which can be used to increase your PvP rank. This rank increase provides additional stats and benefits within PvP content. By accessing your military rank page by pressing V, you can go to the Warlike talent screen. Here you can choose up to 3 active talents, which are ultimate abilities used for PvP. Drag them to the space at the side of this menu. You can also apply 3 passive talents. Additionally, you can upgrade your PvP skills separate from other skills by spending glory earned from PvP modes. This allows you to enhance your character for PvP content separately from your regular build. Combat in Tarisland is a tab target style with basic auto attacks combined with castable skills that run on various cooldowns. Specific classes are melee combat types requiring you to be up close and personal with enemies. Tanks are also melee as expected due to their role in aggro and controlling enemies. Some classes can be used as ranged damage dealers with varying things such as magic and physical damage, and healers also count as range since they stay away from enemies to support the group and keep them alive. Tarisland follows the holy trinity of roles of tank, healer and damage dealer. Each role is crucial for PvE content as they focus primarily on their specific roles. For example, healers provide absolutely minimal DPS, with their abilities focused completely on healing, while tanks do output some damage. Their main focus is on aggro management and survival. By playing a tank spec, you'll naturally gain more threat through your skills and passives. However, there are specific taunt skills located in your ultimate tab, which are especially helpful in raids and harder content, especially for things like tank switcher mechanics. Interrupts and crowd control abilities are primarily found in your ultimate ability options as well. It's important to learn fight mechanics to be equipped to handle each fight properly. Some bosses, for example, will need to be interrupted for specific mechanics, while others cannot be. Some enemies can be stunned or crowd controlled, and others can't. There are various consumables in the game such as fish, bombs, magic stairs, and horns. These items provide short duration buffs or benefits. Fish, for example, act like food buffs, with a duration varying from 30 seconds to 5 minutes, and these items can usually be equipped to your skill bar for quick usage in combat. Next, we're going to look at quests, NPCs, and transport methods. Experience in the game is gained primarily by killing enemies, but large amounts come from completing quests, side quests, and various tasks. Leveling up unlocks new parts of the game, new content, and adds new tasks to your quest log. Each zone in Tarisland has its own reputation system. To increase your reputation in an area, you'll need to explore and unlock waypoints, collect fish, take photos at designated locations, find collectibles and codex entries, and complete reputation events. Occasionally, you'll obtain items that can boost your reputation, and you can choose which one to apply it to. Increasing your reputation unlocks rewards at different thresholds, grants access to new items in the unique reputation store of each area, and unlocks a chest in the top left corner of your map. Exploration rewards also include specialization points, which are essential for professions and crafting. Reputation events will appear on your quest tracker when you are near an active event. You can also see these on the map by looking at the map and finding the reputation event icon. There are 6 events available daily, consisting of time-limited tasks such as picking up items and returning them to an NPC, or escorting and defending NPCs. Completing these events rewards you once the objective has been achieved. When trying to find a quest, main quests are highlighted with an orange exclamation mark and side quests with a yellow exclamation mark. Look on your map to find quests and speak to NPCs with these markers above their heads to pick up the quest. To start a quest, select the dialogue option with the exclamation symbol to start a quest. This will usually bring up a quest objective box. Many main story quests, including dialogue and cutscenes, can be skipped. Press the spacebar to skip the dialogue, or escape to skip the cutscene. When doing a quest, right-click the quest to get the option to teleport to the location near the quest point. If you are in the area, a sparkle trail will be placed on the ground for you to follow very easily straight to the quest location. Quest-specific items or interactable objects will always be visible by looking for the sparkles on or around the item, similar to the quest trails that you see appear on the ground when they try and direct you. You'll also see the same thing for codex entries when you see them around in the world. Most quests are pretty straightforward, and you are guided through the majority of the way. The only ones that can sometimes be difficult are reputation events, as it's not always completely clear what you have to do. You have to complete the objective and then follow the quest marker to the quest turn-in location or NPC. At the end of quests, you'll be rewarded with experience and other items. Sometimes you are given reward options, usually gear. If your equipped gear is better, just take anything. If the gear is better than what you're wearing, select the relevant option for your spec. For example, if you're a paladin tank, look for gear with stamina as the primary stat, and for paladin damage, take the strength option. Refer to your attribute screen to see which stats to focus on. If you're stuck on any quests or reputation events, you can ask me for help in the Tank Club Discord. The link is in the description below, and I'll try to help you out with that. In Tarisland, completing daily and weekly tasks is crucial for gaining valuable rewards and resources. Daily tasks reward you for routine activities like quests or elite dungeons, while weekly tasks might involve clearing a raid or fishing multiple times. Additionally, the Manual of Destiny offers extra tasks that often overlap with your daily and weekly objectives. Completing these tasks earns you Destiny tokens, which can be used to purchase emblem chests or gear. The season rank, which is found in the same menu as the daily and weekly tasks and the Manual of Destiny, but in a different tab, rewards you for earning season experience by completing similar tasks again. The further your rank increases, the better the rewards you receive, offering more incentives to stay active and engaged in the game. Tarisland offers both a free and paid Battle Pass option. You progress through the Battle Pass by completing daily activities to earn Battle Pass experience. The paid pass provides minor advantages, such as some gold and lucky coins, but mainly offers cosmetic items. You'll find the bank storage in Silverlit at the trading post area, or simply press the warehouse button in your bag to fast teleport there. Here you can store items you don't immediately need to use, and you can also attach extra bags to increase your storage capacity, and extra bags can be attained from crafting or purchased from other players on the market. There are many NPCs located around the map, but most of them simply open menus that you can already access on your UI. Most NPC interactions are for questing. The fishing NPC will open a unique shop however, and some do offer additional services. Speaking to the profession NPCs also offers different interactions as well. Traveling around the world can be done in a few different ways, such as the teleport stones, mounts, flying mounts, and quest transport. Teleport stones are located all over the map in prime locations to help you get around faster. Move close to them to unlock them, and then to use them, open the map and just double click on the ones you've unlocked and it will fast travel you there. Mounts can be brought from various stores such as the guild store, reputation store, or bought for real money. They can also be earned via achievements and other methods. You'll get your first mount early on in the main story quest as you gain reputation and get a free mount. Equip your mount on the appearance screen by pressing P and then go to the mount tab. You can then mount up by pressing Z, which you can do instantly even while moving. On the mount screen, you can also equip mount traits that you can earn and buy. You're also able to see the mount skills for each mount, which is then used by pressing X while riding your actual mount. To increase the speed of your mount, you need to increase your reputation in each zone. Once your reputation is high enough, you'll unlock a store item to increase mount speed. You can also buy flying mount, but they won't fly until you reach reputation 10 in each zone. Once you do, you can fly around in zones where you have level 10 reputation only. During quests, you'll often be given other transport options, usually with the skill on the 1 key to speed up, and they are automatically paid. In your reputation screen, you can also unlock auto pathing, which allows you to press to go somewhere and it will automatically walk you there. This is regional and you need to unlock it via your reputation for each individual zone. We're now going to look at social and market. To talk to other players, press enter to activate the chat and then begin typing. You'll initially be on the general world chat, but you can click the other boxes to switch to different chat channels. To access your friends list, you press the O key and this will show you your friends list, give you options to add and find friends, and check your mail. To add friends, go to the add tab and either look at the recent teams or press add friends, where you can perform a cross-server search. Additionally, you can right-click on people from your group in the group tab at the top left corner of the screen and add them as a friend. Once you add a friend, you currently can't remove them. However, you can press the arrow on the side and click to track to find where they are so you can group up and do overland activities together. To group up, you can invite people to team up via your friends list, guild list, or team up in the lobby. There's also guilds in Tarisland and you can open up the guild menu by pressing G, where you're able to join or create a guild. Press quick join to find a suitable guild where you meet the requirements. When you join a guild, you gain access to a guild screen where you can chat with guild members, view guild information, see a guild member list, manage members if you have the appropriate rank, view your perks and warehouse, and check the guild events list which shows recently joined members. To leave a guild, go to the Manage tab and press Exit Guild. There is a marketplace in Tarisland and this is represented by the gavel icon at the top right of your main UI. Here you can buy and sell items to other players using the gold currency, which you earn from achievements, Tarisland chests, and more. In the trade center, you can see items currently available on the market or search for specific items. To sell items on the marketplace, go to the Listings tab, which will display all items in your inventory that are sellable on the market. Select the item and enter the gold amount that you want for it. It will display a recommended price, which you can use as well. Select the quantity and then confirm everything, paying a silver fee to list the item. You can also place orders for items on the market if they are not already listed, or if they don't meet your price requirements. You can only have one order listed at a time unless you buy the monthly ticket. You'll pay a fee for the order and have to pay the cost of the items up front. Moving on to some crafting and professions. There are 4 professions in Tarisland, which are forging, tailoring, alchemy, and jewelry making. You can only learn one profession at a time, and as you progress through the game, you'll receive a quest to choose a profession. Travel to the Silverlit trading post area where all the profession NPCs are located, and speak to one to get a profession. Since you can only have one profession at a time, you are able to switch them. Simply speak to a different NPC than the one of your current profession, and they will allow you to switch for the cost of 2,000 silver. After switching, you'll be on cooldown for 2 hours. To craft in Tarisland, you'll need Vigor, and Vigor is your crafting stamina. Each time you gather or craft an item, it will cost Vigor points. Vigor regenerates every 15 minutes or can be restored by drinking Vigor potions. As you gather and craft more items, you'll gain Proficiency, which unlocks more advanced crafted items. The first part of crafting is gathering the materials you need. You can gather these yourself or buy them from the trade center. To find materials linked to your profession, go to the crafting menu by pressing N, press on the item that you want to craft, and it will show you the materials needed. Press on the item and click Source to see where it's from. Some items need to be refined first. You can see these in the Finished Material menu on the crafting menu, which will show you the base materials needed for making crafted items. To gather materials, press F when standing next to the material, and this material respawns quickly, so you can stay in one location to gather items faster. Once you have these base materials, open the crafting menu, press Finished Materials, and refine the materials you collected. This will give you materials you can use to craft items and also increase your proficiency. You can mass craft if you've gathered a lot of materials, but be aware of your vigor. You'll need refined materials and often multiple items for crafting. Most of the time these items can only be obtained via other professions. For example, making gear requires dyes from alchemists and crystals from jewelers. If you choose tailoring, you'll need to buy these items from the market. As you complete certain content in the game, you'll collect specialization points for crafting. You can choose to focus more on gathering, refining, or crafting. These specializations usually provide vigor perks such as increased recovery time and reduced cost for specific actions related to your choice. Spend your specialization points to increase these crafting perks. And then Tarisland does also include fishing, and you gain access to fishing as you level up and eventually receive a quest to speak to the fishing NPC. This quest will teach you how to set up and give you a fishing rod and bait as well. Slot the fishing rod into your item slot on the ability bar by going to your backpack, left clicking on the fishing rod and press equip. Find suitable water for fishing, press the hotkey to access your fishing rod and click on the water. You'll be prompted to equip some bait before you can continue. Once you begin fishing, a new ability bar will appear. This displays your equipped bait and icons for reeling and exiting fishing. Once you hook a fish, spam the hook ability until the meter fills to catch the fish. Fishing is useful because different fish have different benefits that can be useful consumables during difficult fights. You can also gain other items from fishing, and you need to catch fish to complete the reputation for each zone. And then finally, we're going to look at the different content in Tarisland. So Tarisland offers a variety of content beyond overland and questing, including dungeons, elite dungeons, challenge dungeons, then things like Universal Hall, raids, elite raids, dark invasions, world bosses, and Arcane Realm. Dungeons are the first group activity you'll encounter in Tarisland. Initially, you'll complete a group dungeon as part of the main quest with NPC members. As you level up, you can participate in regular dungeons with other players. Each dungeon requires certain stats to make sure you're capable of handling the content, indicated by the warning symbol next to the rewards. Normal dungeons are unlimited and provide fixed loot that is an improvement to the quest rewards that you get. Elite dungeons present a greater challenge compared to normal dungeons, requiring higher stats and gear score. They offer better rewards, but loot drops are limited. Elite dungeons have an entry cost and reward 3 items with randomized stats. You receive 2 new entries daily, which can accumulate up to a maximum of 6 in total. It is not necessary to complete dungeons daily, but if you do have 6 dungeon charges, you won't get any more. You can complete elite dungeons as often as you want, but you'll only receive loot if you have entries remaining. Challenge dungeons are the top endgame dungeon content, rewarding players with a title upon completion. They feature the same dungeons as the elite versions, but with vastly increased difficulty, including extra boss mechanics or affixes. The Arcane Realm is challenging progressive group PvE content spread over 10 floors with unique mechanics, increased enemy health and affixes to overcome. These are modified versions of existing dungeons, featuring familiar environments, and this content becomes vital at level 40 for acquiring high-level gear. You cannot enter a dungeon solo, you must group up. On the dungeon screen, press Enter Dungeon to either find a group or use matchmaking. You can join a group via the Team Up lobby or set up a group yourself. Matchmaking puts you in a queue to find others queued for the same dungeon. In the Team Up lobby, select the content you want to do from the drop-down menu, use the Quick Apply to apply to all matching groups, or use the dungeon sign-up for specific dungeon groups. You can also create your own team, setting parameters for what your group is looking for. In the lobby, you can set your role by selecting the option in the role setting, allowing you to pick one or all roles that your class can play. If you can't find enough people for a group through matchmaking, the game will place you into the dungeon with NPC AI characters. This system ensures you can always access content. The AI will attempt to handle mechanics and perform their roles, but they can be slow, often requiring you to wait for them to catch up. This system also applies to elite dungeons, but for harder fights it is recommended to use the team up lobby to avoid getting these NPC AI characters. Raids are significant in Tarisland, requiring large cooperative groups for mechanical boss fights. You can use the team up lobby or matchmaking for this content, but no AI NPCs will be provided in them. Raids are important as they give you gear that will include special aptitude, and depending on the raid, you'll get a different piece of gear. Raids are intended to be very competitive, and joining a guild is probably the most ideal situation so that you can do these in a more organized way. Universal Hall is a solo time trial arena where you fight a single boss. You progress to harder difficulties by selecting your own debuffs for your own character and or enemy buffs or affixes that you want to give to the enemy boss to boost up and make them stronger. You have to defeat the boss to earn things like emblem chests and inscribed dust, and Universal Hall will reset every 3 days. We've also got world bosses, and these are big overland bosses that can be killed by multiple players that reward you with a multicolored gem if you defeat them, and these reset every 3 days. Dark invasions involve completing quests, closing portals, and defeating enemies to prevent them from taking over the area, rewarding you if you complete enough tasks in the time limit. PvP content includes battlegrounds for large group objective PvP and arenas, which is small-scale 3v3 group PvP. Battlegrounds change daily for variety. PvP ranks, skills and passives can be leveled up to enhance your PvP abilities, earning glory from participating in PvP modes, which can be spent on upgrades and items in the store. Achievements in Tarisland offer additional rewards for completing various tasks, often granting silver and season pass XP. Some achievements reward new titles, mounts, and more, especially for more difficult tasks. Titles can be a way to show other players that you've completed challenging content, such as challenge mode dungeons. Equip a title from the character menu, which lists all of your available titles. The horn icon at the top of your main UI screen is your events menu. It shows current active events and your progress in that event. A calendar at the top near the event menu provides a breakdown of daily content and events that will become open and accessible to you. So that is everything for this complete beginner's guide to Tarisland. If you have any questions, feel free to join me over in the Tank Club Discord, or let me know in the comments below. We're going to have lots more Tarisland content on the way soon, so stay tuned for that. A big thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers and YouTube members for supporting the content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.